What's up, y'all? Let me know that you can hear me even from a distance. I have some headphones in. I just want to make sure that they're coming through. So just give me an update. Let me know that you can hear me. And it's good to see you all. Trying to find the best placement for my camera here. Just got to get it up high enough. I see Monique is here. What's up, Michael? Boogie Daddy, Eric. Hey, Rachel. Rachel, I've actually been living in the Portland area. I just moved to another part, but let me know. Again, let me know if you guys can hear me. Just waiting on you guys to give me a Lewis. Okay, so you can hear me from back here. I just want to make sure because I'll be moving around. Let's see here. Again, this is totally just pulling it together with the little that I have set up and ready. All right, great to see you all. Thank you for confirming that. Let me see if I can find one more thing I can use to get this up a little higher. Let's see if this works. All right. Okay, so this is going to be so janky, but this will be our mobile setup. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to start in one part of the room, and we'll make it happen. Okay, so for those of you who don't know why you're here, once again, I just moved. Grace and I, we just moved into a new place, and she's been living here for a little bit. I just got pretty much all my stuff that I need in yesterday. It was an all-day ordeal. We spent a lot of time doing it, but we got it done. And stress pimples, gotta love it. So yeah, naturally that came with having to take all my fragrances, pack them up all in their individual boxes, which I'll show you here now, just to give you a glimpse of what we're dealing with here. Here's one box, all the way down to the bottom. We got another box. We got a bin. Yeah, we got work to do. We're not going to do it all right now. I'm not going to make you sit here for 2 hours. But we're going to get as much done as we can. This is going to just keep it light for me so I don't get too much in my head and get too frustrated. So we're going to start with this cabinet here. Now, just to give you a little bit of a background of my setup, I have three cabinets technically. Two of them are in this room. We have another one out in the main room. This cabinet is real simple. I think I bought it from like Office Depot or something like that. I don't remember now, but it does have doors to it. So this is what I use for my stuff that I don't want in the light. And so typically my niche and more luxury and, some of my favorites would go in there where they'll be away from light. Let's see what's going on. Good to see you all. Thank you for being here. Damien says I should have moved to Arizona. Man, I'm not trying to have that heat. I grew up in Central California. I'm done with desert heat. I'm done with that. What's up, Cam? Raymond, hello. What's up, Michael? Jerome, thank you. Vols, I love. Yeah, you got to keep the boxes if you're going to move, especially if you have a lot of fragrances. Michael, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate you. Okay, so we're going to start with this cabinet. This is where I would put, like, again, some of my higher end stuff. So we're going to see what we can start putting in here. And I do like to try to organize by house as best I can. And again, I like to keep some of my favorites at eye level just because they're the ones I will be reaching for the most. Every now and then I'll get adventurous and I'll try to move some stuff around so I start reaching for different stuff that I wouldn't normally reach for if it was down lower. So I just picked up a Creed here. This is Creed Original Santal, as some people say, unoriginal Santal, because it is very similar to Job Homme. It's very similar to Mont Blanc Individuel. I think it's a great scent. I don't wear it all that much, but I do really enjoy it. So we're going to put this on the top shelf. I'm going to put it around here. In my head, I kind of have how things were organized before. So I'm going to go off of that, but I will be changing things as I want to, maybe as, if I find a better placement, I will get a better placement. But it'll be elastic. Is it better to arrange by house or by season? Cam, I don't think there's an answer to that. Honestly, I think it's really up to you. It depends on your function. It depends on your needs. It depends on what you're looking for. So that'll be up to the person. Now, the one thing I still haven't quite figured out is once I put fragrances in here, what I'm doing with the boxes. Because before, my box situation, how I was storing these was an absolute mess. And that was the biggest pain, was finding them all and then actually pairing them up with their bottles. That was a freaking nightmare because they were in all these different places. So I need to find a central location. I don't have one that's currently big enough. I do have a bin down here that I was storing some fragrances in, but I'm going to have to get all of them out before I can start putting boxes in here. Anthony, why do you save the boxes? So I can move all my fragrances all at once so they don't break in transit, so I don't have to worry about bubble wrapping everything. Simple as that. And also, if I'm going to sell anything, you get a better resale value if you can include the box. Rachel, it's like debating how to arrange spices. Yeah, if you got a ton of spices, for sure. Keith said he'll be moving soon as well. Well, best of luck with that house, man. Hope it works out. Cross country 2 years ago, concerned with my frags and my furniture. I feel you there. I feel you there. Okay, so what do I want to do here? What I need is a throwaway box. It's just something as a placeholder where I can put them and I can transfer them later. I don't have that at the moment. Well, I'll deal with that later. That's my problem. For now, I have this lid of the bin. I'm just going to put them on the lid. I'll stack them here. This is not meant to be super serious. You guys will see a little bit of organizing, but again, we're not doing the whole thing today. So let's reach in and see what else we can find that will go in this shelf. Oh, so here we got Tom Ford, Mandarino di Amalfi. Typically, I like to keep my Tom Fords on the top because I do reach for them. Some of the most out of my collection. I love them. And this is a beautiful one that I think is discontinued at this point. Maybe this entire collection with all these blue bottles has been discontinued, but this is beautiful stuff. Great for the summer. I can't wait to give this a wear. It's a very casual scent, but it does have kind of a classy, casual elegance to it. It is very citrusy. It has a lot of neroli in it. It's kind of floral, but it's very fresh and herbal and just really uplifting and bright, really beautiful. So we'll put that somewhere around there. Again, that's about where my Tom Fords were beforehand. Will says it's not discontinued. I heard otherwise. So go ahead and share us your sources so we can dispel that, because I've heard that from several different sources. Yeah, that glazed bottle looks great, doesn't it? So we're going to put this box down here. Once again, my problem to deal with later on. Let's reach in here. Let's see what we find. We'll grab a few. Let's maybe move a little bit faster here. Okay, here we go. So this is also a good little chance for you guys to see some fragrances in my collection that maybe I don't talk about all that much. Here's one. This is coming from the house of Panouche, and this is called Patchouli Figue. Very, very interesting fragrance, interesting bottle design. I love this thick base, really beautiful. Obviously, that's not what matters the most, though, because you don't wear the bottle, you wear the juice. What does it smell like? Man, this is um, bright, juicy, mouth-watering fig and pear working together. It dries down into something almost chocolate-like, almost like an earthy cacao, a little bit dry, but mostly fresh, fruity, juicy, sweet, and a little bit earthy as it dries. Really beautiful, a little bit different, I gotta say. This whole house is different. They have four offerings. They're all pretty unique. This is not a top shelf fragrance for me, but I do like it. I want to try to wear it more, especially this summer. I'm going to put it on the second shelf here. Summer right there. Again, we'll see what happens with it. How do I decide which fragrances to keep the box for? Well, basically, I keep all of them. Unless I lose the box, I'm keeping the box. Um, or, no, actually, that's it. No, I try to keep every box just in case I got to move some. I'm actually going to move this light. We'll shine the light there so you can actually see inside the cabinet and you don't have to look at the shadow that this pimple casts on my face. Ulta exclusive. You know what? That's interesting because that is exactly what Tom Ford did with Oud Mineral as well. They discontinued it and then they made it an Ulta exclusive. I didn't realize that. Thank you for the clarity. Do I still have Carlisle? Yes, I still have Carlisle. Thoughts on Decas from Xerjoff and Black Saffron from Byredo. Decas, I have a little sample of. I gave it one spray on my hand months ago. I wasn't impressed by it. I felt like it was a little flat, but I didn't get a full experience with it. I would need to revisit that. I have not tried Black Saffron. What about your samples? I actually threw away a bunch of old samples. I had a ton of samples in my closet, and I didn't realize how old some of them were, maybe 3, 4 years old. And samples are not supposed to sit that long. So I was fortunate enough before I moved to just get rid of a bunch of samples because they had all gone bad. Otherwise, I have some drawers that I will keep them in with some either smaller boxes or bags. Valzala, I have nearly all my boxes. Okay, except for the ones that didn't come with one. Yeah, for sure. I look like a Joe. Curtis, I don't even know what that means. Raymond, how many bottles do I have? Ah, I don't know. More than I need. More than I need. Couple hundred at least, maybe 300, maybe five, maybe eight. I don't know. Let's keep going here. I see another Creed. This one, I don't wear this very much. This is vetiver geranium. I used to wear this a lot back in the day. I used to absolutely love it. I don't know what happened. I think it just kind of got a little boring to me, but there is no denying that it's a very pleasant scent. It's a little bit unique, but still super wearable. I actually did a review on this fragrance years ago, and honestly, I would like to take that review down, but I'm going to leave it up because I think it's garbage, but I was passionate about it at the very least. This is vetiver geranium. This is fresh, minty, kind of rosy geranium. A little bit of cinnamon and apple in here, bringing kind of a warm, sweet, fruity quality, but mostly geranium that's minty and floral and fresh with some woody, fresh vetiver. Very nice. Good stuff. Classy, but daytime. Still in Portland. Yes, still in the Portland area for sure. Joe Mama. Curtis, how old do you think that joke is? Let me know. Lord Malice, what's up? The Kobe Vetiver Geranium. Yeah, this stuff is good. I think it's pretty unisex as well. Yeah. Um, Gin. Again, this is just one of my uh, cabinets. I have another one over here, and then I have another one in the other room. But it is, I could use something bigger for sure. Fragrance and hello. Any 30 mils? I got a lot of 30 mil bottles. Yes. Curtis. Still loves Neffs? Yes, I still love Neffs. We're going to put Vetiver geranium here behind original Santal. I just happen to have Layton. This is nothing new. I'm not going to highlight this because you've seen it, you've heard about it, I've talked about it. I'm just going to take it out and put it away, but I do like Layton. Honestly, this might surprise some people, but Parfum and Marley isn't typically on my top shelf. They're on the second shelf. I wear them pretty often, but there are others that I'm just simply more inspired by. So we're going to put this away. I've had this bottle for a little while. I've wore it a lot. I wish I could see how much is left, but you can't. So I'm going to put this right down here for the time being. Have I ever smelled atars and ouds? I do have some atars and ouds. I don't really wear them very much simply because I prefer to spray my fragrance. I don't like dabbing. I don't like applying like that. I just like the feeling of spraying. That's just me. That's just a personal preference. Um, Snow, did I break out a winter frag? I broke out a couple. I don't even remember what I wore now, but that was crazy. Michael Malul, Jet Black, what's it called? Jet Black, what is that thing called? Intense? It's not the intense, is it? It's one that smells really soft and woody and subtle. That one's really nice. I also do like Citizen Jack Absolute, and Ocean Noir is not bad. Not bad at all. Camilo, yes, this stream will be available later on after we're done here. Percival's nice. Have I got my nose on the new authenticity? No, I have not. Do you have any women perfume you consider unisex? Um, Probably. I have a lot of unisex fragrances, but I just feel like, whatever you like, whatever sounds interesting to you, you can wear it. It doesn't matter what people say it's for. Gender does not truly exist in fragrances. It exists in marketing, that's for sure. Make a top 10 fragrances for unboxing. All right, bro, I see you. Has Grace's collection grown? A little bit, yeah. And one thing I absolutely love, this might be weird, and I know some people might feel the exact opposite I do, but I am so glad that Grace and I will be living together because I want her to have access to my collection, because I want her to wear them. I want her to help me get through all these bottles. I love to see dents in bottles. I want to see her wear the crap out of my fragrances. So my collection is now her collection as well, and I'm so happy about that. Rose unisex. Yeah, have I smelled Tom Ford at Ben Fumé? Not yet. I want to smell that. Jerry, thank you so much. And yeah, and I prefer to see the liquid, but if I can, if the bottle looks nice, I'm all right. I'm not mad. Being that close to the door, will the heat light affect your bottles? The cabinet without doors. Being that close to the door. I assume you meant window, Cam. No, it's going to be just fine. We do have a shade that pulls down here, and we do have climate control. And I purposefully have this cabinet that doesn't have doors facing away from the window, so it actually does not get any direct light into it whatsoever. But it's a good question. Mango skin. I heard that one's good, Jay. I got to try it. What was that amouage you really liked that came in a women's bottle? Oh, that's Material. Incredible fragrance. Incredible stuff. Have I ever smelled Afternoon Swim? I have. I smelled it at the Louis Vuitton boutique. Uh, I don't remember what it smelled like. I don't remember loving it, but I think I remember liking it. I got to try it again. And I didn't try it on skin either. Sedley is great. I have it. I wear it a lot. Okay. Any unisex fragrances that would be good to help get my wife into my frag passion? I cannot answer that question because I don't know what your wife likes. I don't know what her taste is. My best advice would be for you to present what you love or what you would love to smell on her and do it passionately. Like show her that you're serious about it. And, you know, it may not happen overnight. Don't expect, oh, the one fragrance that, okay, now I'm hooked. It may not happen like that. But the more you expose her to it, you never know. It might take time. But share what you love. Okay, we got a lot of questions coming. I really appreciate you all asking questions. Would light blue and intense be casual summer or dress up or both? I feel it's more casual. You could do a summer night out on that as well if it's hot and humid, but for me, it's not a dress up scent at all. Too aquatic, too salty, and not a lot of depth in terms of something that smells very elegant in the air. Leighton, I blind bought Leighton and girlfriend loves it, but I can't smell. I just smell Vicks Vapor Rub. Sorry to hear that, Michael. Sorry, Michelle. I'm sorry about that. Give it time. Maybe it'll change over time. You never know. Okay, let's put a few more fragrances away. Here's one. Love this one. This is from Aaron Terrence Hughes, Fragmental. This is called Smolder. I have a bunch of little Aaron Terrence Hughes 10 milliliters, most of which I haven't smelled yet. I got to go through them. This stuff is incredible. This was an incredible release. Would be cool to see him bring it back. This is not a top shelf for me. This was usually second or third. All of this is subject to change, by the way. It could move. How many fragrances do I currently own? Again, Boz, I don't know. I haven't counted. In the 300 range, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. But I am actually going to be moving some out of the collection because I'm not even wearing them and I'm not even putting them in videos. Just saying hi. I picked up a bottle of Ombre Noir. Or did you mean Noir Ombre? Which I actually have here. I saw it. Let me know if this is what you're talking about from Issey Miyake, or is this another one? I haven't tried Daddy, the Aaron Terrence Hughes fragrance, if you guys don't know the context. Currently favorite barbershop fragrance. That's a tough one. Um, Man, it would be a toss up between Bracken Man from Amouage and maybe Gravitas Porum. Those two are stunning. Um, yeah, Sype. So this is the one. In fact, how about I put this away now? This is from Miss Miyake. I'm glad you like it, man. I love this one. It's a shame that it's not easy to get, but man, this is a gorgeous scent. Um, this is actually going in the other cabinet. I'm going to put this over here. This is a top shelf for me. So I'm going to put that right there. Let's see here. Omar, what's up? Any upcoming fragrances you are excited about from Cam? I saw that YSL is re-releasing Y Eau de Toilette. I'm being facetious. I'm not excited about that at all. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. If you didn't hear about that, they discontinued it. They're bringing it back. Apparently, with better ingredients, it's going to last longer. Just smells like a cash grab to me. But let me try to answer your question. Anything I'm excited about? I don't know. I still want to smell Mancera Cedrat Boise Intense. That's not all that new, but I still want to give that a try. Let's see here. What is my least expensive fragrance? That is easily got to be probably Horizon from Guy Laroche. But the next one up that I actually wear the most would be Sean John 3 a.m. for sure. What do I think of Ombre Nuit? Beautiful scent. Haven't smelled it in a long time, but great scent from what I remember. Let's see here. Just picked up a decant of Halfeti Cedar. I hope you enjoy it. I love that stuff. Gris Charnel Extrait. I haven't even smelled the original Gris Charnel. That's BDK, I think. Yeah, I haven't smelled that one. Do I store all my fragrances in dark armoire? I'm assuming it's better for the juice. And just a side note, you're the only YouTuber that pronounced my name correctly. Okay, happy to hear that. Again, this is closed. I have another one that's closed. This one is open, but it's still fairly dark. And, honestly, the fragrances I put here are not the ones that I'm terribly upset about if something happens to them, but it's still pretty dark. I didn't want it facing the sun nonetheless. What do I think of Hachivat? Hachivat's a great scent. I only have a decant. Um, but I need to spend more time with it. Do you think you have more niche than designer? Yes, I believe so. Okay, let's find another scent to put away. Here we go, Bon Vivre. Oop, almost dropped it. Didn't drop it. This is from Norton and Wilson. This one I've talked about recently in a video. It was not what I was expecting, so I was a little disappointed when I first smelled it. I was expecting to smell a lot of the alleged gin and watermelon notes that they had said were in the note breakdown. And instead, I just got kind of like this very kind of bright fougere, kind of citrusy and bright and aromatic and a little fruity, maybe, but not really. But as I've given it a full wearing, really sprayed it all around, let it waft, smell it in the air, it actually surprised me. And I do enjoy it more than I did before, but I do still like Gravitas a little bit more. We're going to put this one down here on the third shelf, but again, don't take the shelves too seriously. Here's one from Diptyque. Not a lot of talk about this one. It is not that easy to find. This is called L'Eau de l'Eau. This is a gorgeous fragrance. This is a very classy springtime scent. This is super spicy, very warm, spicy. I don't remember all the spices in here. There might be quite a bit of cloves. So it has a dry, spicy quality to it. It's woody. It's a little bit fresh, maybe with some kind of citruses, but mostly spicy, a little bit stuffy in a way. You have to like kind of a stuffy, dry, spicy profile, but very different, very unique. The name is weird. I don't really consider it a fresh fragrance like L'Eau de l'Eau. You would think like, oh, that's going to be fresh. Not really, but it's really beautiful. So my diptyques typically are going to be second shelf. I only have one other. What do we have here? My go-to, let's see, we got a lot of questions coming in. Thank you all for Shug Daddy. Thank you so much. Did I miss Sedley or BlackRock? Not yet. I may not get to those because again, we're not doing everything today. I'm just taking it slow and just hanging out with you guys. I'm not really on a mission here. Let's see, what did I miss here? I'm looking forward to buying Lalique Insomix. I'm not sure if I know that one. I don't know if he meant Linsomie. Sugar Daddy, thank you. Once again, niche fragrance you would recommend for someone 56. Robert, I don't really like to recommend explicitly fragrances for people at a certain age. All I can say is I want you to wear what you like, what interests you. But if you're looking for something more mature, if you ask that question because you want something that fits an older person or that you feel like people will take you seriously in, like the average person will smell and be like, okay, yes, that's an older man. Creed, Bois de Portugal, even Gravitas from Norton and Wilson is great. Anything like a fougere, a classic fougere, Tom Ford, Beau de Jour, those are going to be great uh, for that kind of vibe if that's what you're looking for. I haven't tried anything from Ramon Monegal just yet. Have I had a chance to smell Aiden Bob's Egypt? Egypt is awesome. I have a little 30 ml bottle of that. Great scent. Great scent. I wish I wore it a little bit more this fall. Still time to wear it this spring. Dua Lipa got her own too. Didn't know. Bring a cup of bourbon. Okay. How do I sort my perfumes? I typically do it by house. Um, Frederick, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Is Apex as good as advertised? Julius, only you can be the judge. I like Apex. You might like it too, but you might not. I recommend you get a decant. But I do really like the wearing experience for sure. Happy Friday. What's up, man? Dewan Hunter. Favorite oud and favorite sheep. I'll never say that word correctly. Favorite oud currently is Oud Galore from Chris Collins. Not the most traditionally oud fragrance, but beautiful nonetheless. And for sheep, I would go with probably Diaghilev from Roger Parfums. Stunning stuff. Oh, Frederick, thank you. What am I looking for in a fresh summer scent? Fresh? No, typically I like citruses, I like aromatics, and I like a depth with, like amber or woods or something like that. I don't want it to just be like citrus and musk or herbs and musk. That is very typical to when it dries down, it's just kind of light and gone. I want some depth in there. So yeah, I want it bright and fresh, but I also want it to dry into something maybe a little warmer, maybe a little bit sweeter. I want that duality, especially if it's something that lasts all day into the nighttime. Chris Collins has definitely slept on Anthony. Terre Hermes or ombre leather. I can't even compare those. I would wear those for totally different situations. Um, yeah, I can't compare them. They're both great. I have them both. I love them both. Can't compare those, so you can't go wrong. I just blind bought Mikalev this year toxic. Yes, Sandro. I talk about that one a lot. I have a video coming out probably tomorrow where I talk about it again. It is an absolute love for me. I love that fragrance. Have I tried, let's see, Issa Miyake Mint Sport? Have not tried that. Haven't heard of that actually. What fragrance do I recommend for the office? Office. Well, I don't work in an office. I generally work from home or I'll teach at different universities. But I typically wear whatever I want, as long as I don't put on too much when I'm teaching, so it's not distracting. Anything fresh is always a great choice. Anything like woody or anything like a fougere is going to be a great choice. Something with a freshness, a cleanliness to it. You can never go wrong with something fresh. What do I think of Jeremy? I respect Jeremy's hustle. Uh, the bopper, that cabinet is a joke, right? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that question. What's my opinion on layering fragrances? I don't really care for layering. Just not something that I do. I like to enjoy my fragrances one at a time. But if you like layering, go for it. All for it. Devin, what's up, man? Thank you so much. Get a pizza. Appreciate it. I would love some pizza. But we actually had pizza last night. Harriet at the office. Loves to hear that. Great scent. Just hope you're not spraying 39 sprays. Sugar Daddy. Yeah, Desir is great. I'm glad you like that as well. Desir Toxic. Vancouver in the house. What's up? Opinion on Light Blue Forever. Haven't smelled it yet. I'm not really in a hurry to. Again, I'm very skeptical of designer flankers these days. If I run across it, I'll give it a sniff, but I'm not, most likely not going out of my way to smell it. My brother, Jeff Copeland, the broski, the bromo sapien, is in the house. Love you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging. Um, Recommendation for evening out that is adequate for warm weather, but still mysterious. Wow, that's a very thoughtful question. Adequate for warm weather, evening out, but mysterious. I feel like I did a video on this. Why can't I remember? Um, mm, Now I really want to answer your question because I like that question a lot. Um, Evening out, mysterious, adequate for warm weather. I would go with, I'm really thinking about this. You stumped me on this one. These are the questions that I like to answer because I like a very definitive function for fragrances. I don't want to just talk about does it smell good? Yeah, if it smells good, that's great, but where do you wear it? I love this one. Declaration d'un Soir from Cartier. Cam said Gucci guilty absolute. Sure. If you love it. This one, I would love that. This is still great for warmer weather. It does have a freshness to it. Has a fresh, spicy rose, but it does have this beautiful dry down that is romantic. It is alluring. One I can easily recommend from the designers, not the 3121. Thank you so much. I appreciate the confirmation. Speaking of this, I'm gonna put this away over here. Cartier is top shelf for me. I know you can't see me inside a frame, but the top shelf of my other cabinet, which is dark. You can't even see it over there, but that's where it is. Okay, we'll put this down here. Loving these questions. You guys are giving me some good ones. I know I missed a bunch here. The most wanted. I don't know if I'd wear that for the summertime. Um, Marcus said I'll be pleasantly surprised at light blue forever. I might check that out. Okay. What would be the worst fragrance that came out recently and why? Honestly, I've been trying to avoid fragrances that might be that, especially if they're just mindless flankers. So I don't know if I could really answer that question. I have some stuff that I don't care for, but it's not necessarily all that recent. Zanarkand, these are not the AirPods 3. These are the first AirPods Pro. Let's see, B683. That's nice. That's a good one. I've only had a decant. I actually put it on my skin just the other day because I found it while I was packing. And that's a good one. I still prefer Ganymede by a little bit, but it's really nice. They are kind of similar in a strange way, which is funny. Dune Swar similar to the Toy Boy. Julius, I believe they are a little bit similar. That's a great question. I did a video a while back talking about fragrances from different houses that are similar, but not necessarily clones. And I do believe those two share some similar elements. So, yes. But I think that Dune Soir is a little less strange, a little bit more wearable, more accessible than Toy Boy. Toy Boy. So fun to say, Toy Boy. Memo Winter Palace. I have a decant of that somewhere from my boy Ben. I need to find that decant because he wanted me to get my nose on that. Prada Luna Rossa Black, good for warm weather. Okay, not really when you see people talk about a lot of warm weather. A fragrance you love, but not really anymore. Um, hmm. A fragrance that I absolutely fell head over heels for and then kind of fell out with it, but I wouldn't say I don't hate it, is Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver. But it's been some years since I tried it. I want to go back to it. I don't know what happened. Do I like collecting discontinued frags? Not really. That can get really expensive and out of hand very quickly. Um, yeah, I do have some dossier for sure. Let's see. YSL La Nuit de l'Homme Eau de Parfum. I haven't tried that one still, actually. This is actually getting dangerous. I'm moving it. Got my Parfum Marley Hair. Okay. When I'm releasing Black Brass and Soul Parfum Intense Absolute Gold. Oh man, yeah. Just stay tuned this fall. It's coming this fall. That's hilarious, man. Oh, the view. You know what? While you guys are here, might as well show you. This view is actually stunning. Just to show you what we're dealing with here. Isn't that nice? This is the daily. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, we're really, really lucky that we found this place. Volcanist, thank you so much, bro. Cedra Boise, great choice, easy to wear. Ganymede signature blind buy worthy frag. No, not a blind buy, but sample it. Definitely smell it, but don't blind buy it. What perfume do you recommend for gym time in a really fracking hot weather? I mean it freaking hot. Um, this isn't bad. Tom Ford, Mandarin de Amalfi Aqua. Anything super aquatic or citrusy is generally going to do really well in the heat. It just makes it kind of stronger and uh, fresher, actually. Auto captions. You guys auto captioning me. I can only imagine what that sounds like. Let's see. Boz, yeah, wrapped in cashmere. Auto translate said a sheep wrapped in cashmere. Okay, that's what you meant. That's amazing. Any perfumers that you enjoy besides Cecile? Yes, I also really enjoy the work of Francis Kirkjohn, of course. Um, there's some perfumers who've done some work with Anouge. I really love Marie Schneerer is one, and I'm forgetting the other guy's name now. what is his name? There's two perfumers that work with Panouge, and they are also, oh, Corinne Vinchon. I forget her last name. She did a lot of stuff from Amouage, like Overture. She did Memoir. Um, this is another Marie Schneider. Uh, Corinne Vinchon, and she also did the new Boundless. She's an incredible perfumer. I love her work as well. But I do want to figure out this guy's name because I don't want to throw him to the wayside. Patrice Revillard. He's done some really nice stuff. I got two more here from Panouge. I'm going to put these away. This is the Tura Amaretti. Not my favorite fragrance. It's really interesting. It's very high quality. It is a very particular scent profile. The Datura flower, I think, is actually toxic in all of its forms, so we have to use a synthetic. It is kind of like this narcotically thick, kind of white floral nuance. Here, I think they mixed it maybe with some cherry and this like biscuit accord that's kind of almost savory, but it's mostly sweet and floral and rich and thick. Beautiful, again, very particular, as I said. So we're going to put this one down here for now. And we got another one coming from Panouge, and this is called, I swear this is not a Panouge sponsored video. They just happen to be all right here. This is called Rose Agath, one of the most interesting and unique rose fragrances I've smelled. Kind of smells like a bloody rose. It's very metallic. It uses rose oxide in it. So it has this like sharp metallic nature that's almost green and fresh, but very different. It's supposed to depict like a rose growing out of the concrete in a city, something to that effect. Okay, we got lots of stuff coming in that I'm missing. I do apologize. Let's see here. Boy, DC, I've tried a few of their stuff. I got to give them more time though. Can I get that Tom Ford at Ulta? Yeah, you can. Virgin Island water, that's a good one, especially for the heat. I don't love the dry down. I don't love the suntan lotion-y vibe. I prefer the lime that you get up top. In fact, something I like a little bit more than Virgin Island water is one of the few fragrances I love from Parfums Vintage. You don't hear their name thrown around all that much anymore. I wonder if it's actually out here. Oh, no, is that it? No, that's not it. I don't know where it is, but they have a clone of it. I think they call it, it's actually in this box somewhere. Now I know I put it in here. Oh, that's great. Knocked over the Discovery set. Isla Tropica, Intense or something. It keeps the lime note. Anyway, that was a roundabout way of talking about something completely inconsequential. Let's see. Let's jump back into these. Gentle Fluidity Silver, top tier for sure. Who are the other YouTubers you watch? I watch a lot of YouTubers. I love Mr. Smelly. I love Dan. Of course, I watch my boy Ross. I watch his videos. Every now and then I watch Jeremy. Every now and then, if something looks interesting, but he's putting out a lot these days. Let's just say that. I do enjoy Sebastian, the perfume guy is his new name. I love his videos. I also like to watch Beauty Meow, Kristen. I've been watching her videos for years. I like to watch her on occasion. And my boy Big Beard. Every now and then I'll jump into his videos. Lots and lots of questions. Volcanis, thank you so much. What are Argos fresh fragrances? What are Argos fresh fragrances? They have not a lot of fresh fragrances. Their Pour Homme is their most fresh fragrance that is overtly fresh, citrus aromatic, kind of woody and green and creamy and smooth. That's probably the best bet in terms of fresh stuff from Argos. Again, Argos Pour Homme. Hamza, thank you so much. Love your content. I've tried Portrait. Have I tried Portrait of a Lady? I still need to try Portrait of a Lady. Don't tell anyone, even though I just told everyone. I still need to try that. I've been meaning to try it for a long time. Okay, let's see. Favorite indie houses. I love Francesca Bianchi. I love Gallagher. I enjoy Beach Giza. List goes on and on. A new fragrance house that I talked about recently. Maybe not in the video that's out yet. Yeah, the video's not out yet, but it's called Grisial, and they're a US based house. More about them later. Good stuff from them. Have I gotten my nose on any Aaron Terrence Hughes? Yep, or just earlier we talked about Smolder, and I got others that I still need to spend more time with in the 10 mil size. La Nuit de l'Homme. Okay, do I keep all the boxes? Yes, I do. Otherwise, I would not have been able to transport all these boxes the way, all the fragrances, how I did. I'm going to Boston. Hopefully I can meet her. Yeah, hopefully so. I love Andrea. She's great. Any Japanese like scent you like? Plum, cherry blossom, yuzu. Um, I don't think I have anything that's specifically intended to be Japanese, but I do like fragrances that feature some of those notes. I love a fragrance that has yuzu. Which one was it? There's a few. One of them is from Beach Giza, and it's called Java, no, Juniper Java. That has a gorgeous yuzu note in it. Also, another fragrance from Grisial, who I'll be talking about, has another one called Shambhala, and that has yuzu in it as well. Again, I have a video coming out later that I'll talk more about that. Let's see. Thoughts on Kalan? Not bad. Not a bad scent. I do enjoy it. It's not my favorite from the house, but it's nice. Philip, good to see you, man. Thank you. Uh, Fragrances I consider underrated. Chris Collins in general. Oud Galore, underrated. Let's see. Dallas Don Juan, thank you so much. Yeah, man, do your thing. Take it slow. There's no rush. Just keep that in mind. Thoughts on La Ligue pour Homme Lion. Is that the one I have? No, I have Equus. I don't have Lion. I haven't smelled Lion. Volcanus. Yep, Dapper Daddy's on it too. Argos pour Homme. Kirke. Is that Tiziana Terenzi? I haven't tried that actually. Greek mythology. Yep. Do I know Bois d'Argent from Dior? I have smelled it years ago. I didn't like it, but I would like to revisit it. Arabian Oud. Okay. Fragrance Apprentice. Oh, I must have missed a question here. Someone was asking what people watch. I also watch The Fragrance Apprentice from time to time. Adisak, thank you. Let's see. How do I go about finding a new frag to try? I mean, what's your criteria to even get a sample? Um, I do like to take into account the opinions of others in terms of Fragrantica. I will read what the general reviews are, and then looking at the note breakdown, looking at the perfumer, and looking at the house. If I've tried stuff from the house already, if those boxes are checked, then yeah, I'm probably gonna go sample that thing if it sounds different and interesting. Michelle, thank you so much for the super chat. Have you tried anything from the House of Louis Vuitton? Yes, I do enjoy L'Immensité, which is super simple but a great scent, and I also like Meteorite, which is, in my mind, a little similar to L'Immensité but different. Both of those are great fresh ones. And Oud, is it Oud Nomad or something? Their Oud line is pretty good too, but I need more time with them. Frederick Mall, good stuff. I haven't tried anywhere near as many as I want to try, but they have some good stuff. I do watch Cubanos, yes. Did you have the chance to try more from Lorenzo Villoresi? I still haven't tried up more from him, Alexander. I need to. Let's see. Best interview fragrance that smells unique but not overwhelming. Unique but not overwhelming. I would go with Ganymede. Go with Ganymede. Don't spray it more than 3 or 4 times, but that's a good one. That's from Marc Antoine Barrois. Favorite calming fragrances. Um, Guerlain Titsura is really nice. Also, um, I love Sarah Baker. House of Sarah Baker has a fragrance called Greek Keys, which is really beautiful. Should I humidor my fragrances, the one? Yeah, you can totally do that. It's not absolutely necessary, but it doesn't hurt. It might even help a little bit. Devin, yeah, I finally got it right. Did any fragrances get tossed in the move? Yes, a lot of fragrances are not coming here. They're at my old place, and I'm going to be getting rid of them. Celia, thank you so much for being here. Or Celia, I'm sorry, maybe I said your name wrong. Everyone go check out Celia's channel. She has a great channel, and she is trying to build, trying to grow. Favorite vetivers. I love Roger Parfum's vetiver. I love vetiver Moloko from, what's it called? From, what are they called? I have it in here, I think. No, it's at the bottom of this box. Ex Nihilo is the brand. It's down here somewhere. I'm not going to dig that out. Anyway, how about we pull out another fragrance? Speaking of Raja Diaghilev, can we get supers to display during the live stream? I'm on my phone, so unfortunately, I can't do that from my phone. If I was on the computer, I could do that, but I do appreciate you nonetheless. I will always be looking for you, and I will definitely shout you out. But YouTube needs to change that so you can do it from the phone, not just from the computer. Volcanis, Daniel Jose is some of the best vetiver. Daniel Jose vetiver is great as well. I have that one. That's a beautiful scent. Um, thank you, Celia. Emilios in all caps. What are fragrances I don't care for anymore? Um, I don't know if I want to waste your time on that. I don't think it's gonna give you guys any value. Fragrance worth blind buying under $300. Zui, you know what I'm gonna say. Get a sample. Don't blind buy. I know you want to feed the that urge. It's not worth it. Um, Rogue Perfumery is great too. I love um, Mousse Illuminé. That one's great. Ombre Namad. Cartal, thank you. Yes, Sugar Daddy. When you first spray on Equus, very very cedar heavy, but you start get the juniper and the violet leaf come a little bit later, and it's nice. What's the most unique blue fragrance? Oh, geez. Can a blue fragrance by nature be unique if it's trying to be blue? I'm sure the answer is yes, but I don't know. I need to spend some time with it. That's a great question. Let's see, what size samples do you get? I try to go with usually 5 mils, 3 to 5. Anything from Wilhelm. Still need to try Wilhelm. Um, have I tried Morning Chest? Still got to try anything from Wilhelm. Neff's amazing. Ombre Nomad, good stuff. Probably late you change cities. Still the same city, just a different place. Yeah, it's a high rise. Emilios, thank you so much, man. Favorite discontinued fragrance? Mm, man. Tobacco Oud from Tom Ford. Into Me. I gotta try that. I heard Imasi is has some good stuff. What do you wear in the gym? I work out at home, Sean, so I don't go to the gym. Favorite juniper fragrances? Man, too many to count. Maison Francis Kirk John Gentle Fluidity Silver. We have Lumaniste from Frappan. I love Brivido della Caccia from Argos that has a great juniper note as well. How old am I? 33. Dallas Don Juan, thank you. Have I ever had a bad comment on a fragrance you wore? And if so, what was it? The only bad comments I've ever had on fragrances have been because they were too strong, because I sprayed too much. So that's really all I've experienced. Luna Rosa Ocean Blue. Yeah, that one's pretty nice. Pretty nice. But ultimately not a major departure from everything else, in my opinion. Do I still enjoy Moon Glory? Yeah, Cam, from that sample, which I need to find. Yeah, that's a great scent. Is there a price you won't pay for a fragrance? Again, I try to avoid blind buys in general, but if it's something that I absolutely feel like I need to get, I'm not going to pay more than $300 for it. But do as I say, not as I do. Again, I cannot stress that enough. Avoid these expensive blind buys. Favorite picks from BDK, one I would say is Tobacco Rose. Love that stuff, hands down. Carlisle has grown on me, boss. Carlisle has really grown on me for sure. Let's see, Mansera. So Blue, haven't tried it. Philip, thank you so much. I hope to make it down to LA. The middle bottle on the top shelf looks good. Are we talking about the Creed, Original Santal? I have your Z Creator aftershave. Yeah, thank you so much. Is it similar to the cologne version? Yep, it's the same, Scott. Same thing, same scent. Where does Guerlain Long Ideal cologne fall into your rotation? Honestly, discontinuation does not affect how I wear fragrances. If I run out, then I run out. But I'm not going to because I have so many and I keep getting more. So I'm not really worried about it. It doesn't really affect. At 33, are there any fragrances that you won't wear because you feel that you're too young? At this point, yeah, there's a few, stuff like Ultramall from Jean Paul Gaultier. I feel like it's too young for me, and also Grace agrees. So that plays a big role. I don't want to smell like a little boy. Last unsolicited compliment, and what frag was it? Let's see. I don't really keep track of my compliments very well. I feel like it was something not long ago. It must have been, oh, it was Percival. That's right. I thought, yeah, Percival's in here. I was wearing Percival. I went to this restaurant, not really a restaurant, just a place to pick up some food. I was waiting for my order, and then this lady came up with her boyfriend or her husband or something and said, "Hey, what you're wearing smells so good. Um, what is it?" So I told her, I should have showed her a picture of it because I said, "Oh, it's from a French brand called Parfum de Marly. It's called Percival. It comes in a blue bottle." And she was like, "Okay." And I'm like, she's probably gonna buy him Leighton, but Leighton is good too. Anyway, it was Percival, and that was probably like 2 weeks ago, something like that. We'll put that here with the rest of them. Make it so you can see all of those. We'll be here just a few more minutes. I didn't want to go much beyond an hour, but you guys are great. Thank you for hanging with me. Have I ever worn a scent that you found completely repulsive later in the day? That's a good question. Repulsive. Again, my some of my first experiences with Carlisle from Parfum de Marly went just like that. I sprayed it on, I'm like, okay, this is robust, it's sweet, it's warm, it's strong, and then it just turned into very bitter patchouli later on. But that has changed a bit. I actually like it when the air is cold, and it actually suits it a lot better. Mm, let's see. What a great summer you're going to have exploring the city music, art, bookstore. Thank you so much. Sigourney Weaver. Let's say least favorite fragrance note. Hmm. I can't really touch on that because there's fragrances that have a particular note in them that I don't like that note in that fragrance, and then I smell that note in something else and I like it. So it's all about the treatment. Ode Cafe, haven't tried that one. Thank you, Joe Santoro. Have I been recognized from someone outside? Yes, it does happen from time to time. Fragrance that evokes the feeling of jazz. Well, I don't know if there's a feeling of jazz, to be honest. Um, and that's a deep question, honestly, maybe deeper than it seems. Um, when I'm playing any type of music and I'm expressing myself, then I'm expressing my feeling. And however that comes across to someone is how it comes across. But for me, it changes. It's very, um, it changes. It really depends on what I'm playing and how I'm feeling for that day. But if I had to choose one, it would easily be this one. You already know. Brass and soul, me in a bottle. Yep, Edgardo, you're right. Brass and soul. But again, it's not so one dimensional. Like, oh, what does jazz smell like? This. No, that's not the case. And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. And I'm not gonna explain this because it would take too long, but I don't really believe in the word jazz. I don't really use that word anymore. And there is a whole philosophy behind why. But again, not going to talk about that right now. It's very historical. Okay, we'll take just a few more questions and then I'm going to let you guys go. I'm actually getting a little hungry. Let's see. Have I ever gotten any of the Dior Privé Chanel Exlay exclusives? I don't own any of them. I've tried a few. I have enjoyed stuff like Sycamore from Chanel. Um, I've also enjoyed Ambre Nuit from Dior. Those two are good. By the fireplace or jazz club. Honestly, whichever one you like more. But for me, I think I prefer jazz club. If you were to venture again and create a new fragrance, which direction would you go? I would definitely go for something darker, sweeter, richer, but maybe with an edge, something almost dirty to it. Something to wear at night. A little bit more formally, but not necessarily has to be formal. It could be more night out, but something to wear night out when you want to be alluring and kind of sexy, but mysterious and also unique and not like everyone else. Let's see. Do you think in the near future you will be creating another fragrance? Scott, I would love to. Would absolutely love that. The term hooks the G. Yep. Thank you so much for saying that. That is definitely a great start into explaining why. In terms of why jazz is not what you think it is. I put that Kevin up there yourself, just wondering. I do not want it to fall. Cologne is pretty heavy. I had it all in here before, never had a problem, so I think it'll be fine. Varlock, thank you so much. Okay, I think we're gonna call it here. We've got 105 people in the chat. Sorry, in the stream so far, and it was up and down, but you guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging with just little old me in this little old room. Before I go, if you missed it, I want to give you another chance to see this gorgeous view that I'm working with. This is inspiration. And this will most likely be the room that I'll be filming in the most. I still got to get it set up. There's still boxes everywhere and things are still, they still need to be unpacked. So we got work to do. But thank you all for being here. Thanks for hanging with me. Stay tuned tomorrow. I got a really fun video coming tomorrow. It was just a lot of joy to film. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for your support. All you guys who gave a super chat, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your generosity and for your patronage and just for wanting to support me. But nonetheless, all you guys in the Fresh Squad, really appreciate you. See you in the next video. Peace.